Hi guys, I'm Creech, and this is my vlog series where I take a look at my past to help figure out my future. Welcome to Rediscovering Me. What's going on, guys? For this week, I thought I would give you guys a quick sample of my comedy. So, here we go. Hi guys, I am Creech. No, thank you. Um, I was reading something interesting. Oh, thank you. I was reading something interesting on the news the other day. I was actually watching something on YouTube. Um, there is this apparently this town on the U.S. Canadian border where the border is literally goes down the middle of the street. And I was sitting there thinking about it. And seriously, how do you start a war between the U.S. and Canada? Idea: throw a rock at your neighbor. I'm not kidding. Seriously, think about that for just a minute. Pick up a rock, throw it at your neighbor. World War III breaks out. How did World War III break out? Well, Chris was on the U.S. side. He threw a rock and busted his neighbor's window. Next thing you know, international incident. You know, a lot of people see me come out on stage. I'm dressed as a woman. I'm dressed in drag, and a lot of people, they're like, they applaud me for my courage. Thank you. Um, but I do get made fun of, and I think about the irony in it of me being a 300-pound woman now. Uh, and what I mean by the irony is, I remember specifically when I was a kid. Uh, there was I had a big mouth, and I never knew when to shut up. Essentially, I used to speak a lot without thinking. Anybody ever do that? Seriously? Uh, yeah, yeah. In case you guys can't tell, I'm using a soundboard. Uh, but anyway, there was I was about 9, 10 years old, and there was a girl that played Little League together and whatnot. She was a really sweet person, but I had a big mouth, and she was a very large girl. Every time I'd say something, she'd get a little upset. Like this one time, she was in line ahead of me. Um, I think it was for lunch or something. She started backing up, and I just said, wait a minute! Aren't you supposed to beep when you back up like that?" Yeah, I know. I told you. You know, I was a little butthole. So of course she turned around, and threatened to hit me so hard I'd land on the rings of Saturn. And in my infinite 9-year-old wisdom, I said, "What if I hit you back?" For some reason, she said, "If you hit me back, I would not bleed my own blood." Like, really? You're gonna set me up like that? Without thinking about it, I just looked at her. What she was actually meaning was, I hit her back, she would hit me so hard, my blood would splatter on her. That was explained to me later. What I actually said, or what I said, in my infinite 9-year-old wisdom, was, "Well, what are you gonna bleed then? Gravy?" Um, so yeah, that was probably not my brightest moment. I am a little bit of an accident prone. My wife does not let me do anything. I'm not allowed to use power tools without her knowing about it. Which I still do it. She just has to know ahead of time whether or not to go ahead and hit the first 9 and 1 before I do. Recently, back over the summer, we even found out sleeping in a hammock was too much of an experience for me. So I go out, my wife's gone to the store, I wake up a couple hours before work, and I decide, you know what, I'm going to go lay in my hammock and relax for a little bit. No big deal there. We all will, we all want to relax a little bit before work. Yeah, exactly. Um, so I'm trying to relax a little bit. I lay down in the hammock, I realize I forgot my cell phone. I'm out in the yard. I get back out of the hammock. I go to get my phone. I go to sit back down in my hammock, and my hammock betrayed me. And what I mean by that is my hammock came untied. I fell, hit my bad back on a rock, and I am temporarily paralyzed. I am laying there for a good 5 minutes. My wife pulls up, sees me. I can't move, and I'm begging for help. I'm in pain. I'm white as a ghost. And of course, she does the same thing that all good wives do. She started laughing hysterically. Exactly. Um. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. Another one, and she always loves telling the story about how I broke my finger. Basically, she likes to claim I sit on my finger. I did not sit on my finger. What happened was I have a bad back. I lose my balance sometimes. So I go to put my hand down on a couch to catch my balance as I'm sitting down. I twist my body around to kind of sit in a cross-legged position on the couch. When I do, my forefinger, my middle finger, my little finger, my thumb all decided we're going to move out of the way so he doesn't sit on us. My ring finger. Keep in mind, this is the finger that I had my wedding ring on, that we had just been married maybe a couple of months at this point. It decided, nope, I'm taking one for the team. I volunteer as tribute. It decides not to get out of the way. My knee catches it. Snap. Chip fracture in my ring finger. I can't wear my wedding ring for weeks. My wife looks at me and says, if you wanted to get out of wearing your wedding ring so bad, you could have just took it off. No, apparently I wanted to get out of it bad enough that I decided to break my finger to keep from wearing my wedding ring. So yeah. But one of my favorite things to do when I go out in public is I don't. I have what I call foreignese, which is my own made up language. I understand it and nobody else does. So, with the kind of the xenophobia we have going on in America right now, people hear somebody speaking another language, it sets people off. It didn't used to be that way, but it does now. And I think it's really interesting because, my family was Irish and Scottish in origin. We have been living in this country since the 1600s. I am about as American as they come. Even have Native American blood in my mom's side. But I still love pissing off rednecks. I will be at a grocery store or something, and when you live in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains, people are unique. So when you're in a grocery store, it's common to speak to other people. It's common to ask, just random strangers for help. That's normal. So somebody asks me for help. Here's my response. They'll come up. Excuse me. Which one of these is? Oh, what language are you speaking? Boom, boom, boom. Huh? You want to really confuse a redneck? Do that. Just the next time you're in a store and somebody asks you something, just go, break out in a song with it. Just nonsensical lyrics. No, but uh, what's really scary is I think my wife has started understanding some of the stuff I say because I've noticed I start repeating some of the same things for some of the same things or when I'm wanting something, I've started repeating some of the same words uh, like when I'm hungry. Coca, Coca. Oh, you want something to drink? Coca, Coca, Coca. I'll get you a Coke, Chris. Give me a minute. I think the scariest thing that has ever happened is once she started understanding it. Because now I have to get creative. Because the whole point of foreign is I don't want people to understand. I just want people to give me these odd looks. And once she started understanding it, it was a whole different world. Um, what's really funny is when I hit my head and I don't realize I'm speaking foreign English. I've had 20 some odd concussions in my life. And when I get a concussion, sometimes it will knock me into foreignese, if that makes sense. A prime example is I was walking through a door frame and hit my head on the door frame. I fall, my wife comes over, Chris, are you okay? Are you okay? Boom, 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 boom. She, at that point, she just looks at me and says, he's fine. Anyway, guys, you've been great. Thank you, and you guys have a wonderful day.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out my latest video. If you like what you see, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that little bell so you get the latest notifications of every time I post a new video. Also, check out the links below. There might be some interesting stuff. You want to see me live? Could be. You want to help support the channel and get new content? Could be. You never know. I'm updating it often. Probably more often than this video. Just go subscribe, like, now, and click the links.
We can make a wildfire get away.